Hello everyone, and I want to preface this video immediately by saying that I am not accusing anybody of any crime. We are discussing known facts in a case. We are posting one person's side of a story, and at any time, any other people involved in this situation, even though it is in the past, are more than welcome to come forward to me or to anybody else and share their side of the story, and I will gladly publish that as a journalist. Having said that, I'm going to go back in time here to 2020, and I want to discuss the judge in Jaylen and the Club of Lafayette. Most of you have been following the Delphi case and the 2017 homicides of Abigail Williams and Liberty German know that in the midst of this case and it being investigated, there were things that surfaced in which a call girl or an escort known as Jaylen Rain, I'll tell you what her regular name is in a minute, allegedly accused a former Carroll County judge, Curtis Fouts, who has since resigned from his position over this situation, accused him of some pretty disturbing things. I'm not saying that he is involved in any way in the Abby and Libby investigation, but given the fact that the prosecutors recently said in court, we believe there are other players involved in this, and given that this seemed to be some sort of the Club of Lafayette seemed to be some sort of on the down low, sadistic sort of sexual ring of people, I think it bears asking why this hasn't been investigated to this day more thoroughly, to my knowledge. And just to give you background real quick, I'm going to go here, and it says, this is from the Journal and Courier. There's also a story about it in the Carroll County Comment. June 25th, 2020, Delphi, Indiana. Carroll Superior Judge Curtis Fouts mailed his resignation letter to Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb on June 3rd, 2020, effective July 31st. His resignation comes after a recent video of him at the home of an escort was posted on a website titled Diary of a Mad Escort, during which Fouts is seen kissing and touching the escort. Carroll County Sheriff Tobe Lesenby confirmed the man in the video is Fouts. I would also like to point out that Fouts was also the individual who signed the probable cause search warrant for Ron Logan, for those of you who aren't aware. The Journal and Courier called the court at the time and was told that Judge Fouts does not speak to the media. A message was left for Fouts giving him the opportunity to comment on this story. They also emailed Fouts to give him an opportunity to comment on this woman's video. And they didn't get a return message. The escort's name is Jaylen Rain. Her real name is Tierra Shearer. And just to be clear, she does have a criminal history for drugs, other things like that. And so a lot of people immediately tried to discredit her and things like that. But it's important that if you're going to look into this, you actually listen to what she has to say. She videotaped the encounter between the two of them, and then I guess she talked to an attorney because, and I quote here, it says, "He got a hold of me through a fake Facebook account," Shearer said, so she asked her attorney what she should do to protect herself. Well, going public was probably a smart idea on her part. Again, we know that there's been some catfishing going on in this Delphi case. So when Sheriff Tobe Lesenby back then says that there's no investigation going on, I wonder if Fouts was ever questioned. I've heard rumors online that he was interviewed by the FBI, but I have not been able to independently verify that on my own. She says, it was 2 years before I found out who it was. So this happened, I guess this videotape was in 2016. And if we go to some of the things that she says here, I just want to play some of this here, and hopefully I can get through it in time. This is information somebody else gave her in text messages, allegedly.
That I call you boss man.
Told her I call you boss man. So, according to her, this is somebody sending text messages back and forth to Fouts, who was also a member, allegedly, again, this is all allegedly, of the Club of Lafayette is what they call it.
He said, I know that was perfect. Awesome. Give her the address, pick her up if needed, try to have her tied by the time I get there. I told her to listen.
Have her tied by the time I get there. And allegedly, this person is saying that they're calling Fouts boss man. I want to know how many people were involved in this Club of Lafayette. Let's skip forward a little bit. 2653 here.
In mine. There. You can have all the other women I can send, but this bitch has always been mine.
This bitch has always been mine. I mean, listen to the powerful, controlling, dominating rhetoric that's allegedly being used. Here's another one.
The night's pay. Now it's time for her to pay it back. See, that's the part, that's the first part I was confused about.
To pay it back. Pay back for what? 2740 we skip forward to. And again, I'll put the link in the description and you can all watch this video yourselves.
Deposit is up to you. If you don't want to, then tell her I'll double the grand, but she'll have to talk to me about it.
So this was set up to be a meeting for allegedly $1,000, and then allegedly he wants to double it to $2,000, according to Jaylen's version of the story. Skip ahead again.
Very well. She's crazy as fuck. Ask her nicely to be tied and wait for me. It's club policy.
Ask her nicely to be tied and wait for me. It's club policy. Were there any restraints used in the Delphi, Libby, and Abby case? It sounds like these people are really kind of getting off, allegedly, on using restraints, kind of being sadistic and controlling. And then we'll skip ahead a little bit here, 2759.
Fuck her if you want when she's tied. I don't give a flying fuck what you do to her. I'll still do worse.
Again, this is allegedly a Superior Court judge. Allegedly, according to her, saying these things. Then we'll go a little bit further here, and I'm almost done.
Anything else she wants to know. Make sure she's tied good. She's gonna want to fight and run when she sees me. LOL.
She's gonna want to fight and run when she sees me. LOL. Just very, very sadistic to put LOL after saying something like that. Like you get off on that power and control. It's just disturbing stuff, folks.
Tell her money is no issue. It's the privacy that's important to the club.
It's the privacy that's important to the club. Again, I'm not alleging that him or anybody in the Club of Lafayette had anything to do with Abby and Libby's murders. But given what we know about that case, Doug Carter saying this is about power to you, the prosecutor saying we believe that there's other players involved, Doug Carter saying that the tentacles on this case are huge, it bears asking, was any of this ever properly investigated? Have a great day, everybody.